Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, November the 12th. A pleasure to have you with us today. And I have a young lady making her first appearance with us. This is Dasi Schlup. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, you did.
All right, Dasi, good to have you here. And you are a social worker the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit at MU Healthcare.
Correct.
As a social worker, what do you do?
So my job is to help the families adjust to having a baby in the intensive care unit, which in most cases is very unexpected and very difficult for families to adjust to.
Very emotional.
Very emotional.
How do you deal with that?
Well, the family has a lot to go through, and my job is to just help them through the steps. And the first step is to understand why the baby's there. Most people, like I said, have healthy pregnancies, don't expect this, and it's overwhelming. It's very high tech. There's a lot of machines and equipment. Oftentimes the babies are very small.
Right.
They could be as small as a pound.
I know. We went into the neonatal intensive care unit years ago when we were doing the Pepper and Friends show, and some of those little babies would fit in the palm of your hand, which is it's unreal.
It is unreal.
And it's a very emotional situation.
And very helpless.
Yes.
I think one of the hardest things for parents is seeing their baby needing help or care and not being able to do a whole lot for them.
But it also has to be reassuring to the parents knowing that the fact that the baby is in that neonatal intensive care unit, they're getting the best possible care that is humanly possible. And there's a very good chance that that baby is going to grow up and lead a healthy, normal life.
That is very true. I think day to day, that's a hard concept for parents initially to believe or feel. They're just so frightened, and they've probably never known anybody with a similar experience to compare. So while we are confident, we know what outcomes are, parents are usually so anxious and uncertain that until time passes and they see progress, it's a pretty lonely, isolated, and scary experience.
What is the most difficult part of your job?
Oh, that's a hard question. I would say the hardest part is when the outcomes are not going to be the best, and helping a family through the process sometimes of making difficult decisions, being grief-stricken, not just when a baby may not survive, but even with very complex medical problems. There's a grief process with that as well.
Mm-hmm. The most pleasant part of the job?
It's when it's a good outcome, and the parents go home and they're happy about everything, and it's very rewarding to see them, and even more so when they come back to visit, which they often do.
Oh, sure. I can imagine they would, because they feel such an attachment
there is a big
to the
attachment.
unit and to the people there.
Very much.
You have become part of their family.
Yeah, we often, with families that are there for a while, they're excited to go home, and then they get tearful, and they're like, why am I feeling this way? I'm happy to go home, but they're sad to leave the people who first got to know their baby.
Yes. Well, I congratulate you and salute you for the wonderful work that you do there, and for the love and the care that you show, both the babies and the parents. And I know it's got to be very taxing on you emotionally also.
It can be.
Yes.
Being in this position a long time, I've learned how to...
But rewarding also.
Very rewarding.
All right. Dasi, thank you so much for coming by. And if people want more information, the best thing they can do is go to the MU Healthcare website.
Yep.
All right?
Yeah.
Continued success with your job.
Thank you very much.